2 weeks ago, I put out a video saying that I was bored with the meta of Forge of Empires. The very next day, I woke up to an email from InnoGames, the developers of Forge of Empires, saying they wanted to chat. So that's just what we did. I had an hour with Matt, the product head, and Tobi, one of the game designers. You may know Matt's name from the State of Forge posts we've had talking about the future of the game. We discussed many of the features in the game, and I gave some hopefully helpful feedback about what I see happening in the game and the comments I see all of you posting on my videos and on my Discord server. Over the course of the discussion, there were really 3 main points that stood out to me as things they want to address in the game: time, difficulty, and balancing. Time management has been a pretty big topic of discussion right now for the community. There is a lot going on in the game that eats away at your time, so how do you manage all of it, especially if you have multiple cities? The good news is that the developers are aware of it and seem to be working on reducing the time required for features. Take city collections, where every time you collect, you've got the multi-reward window showing up. They say that they are actively working on a solution for this so that you can just go back to collecting your city without interruptions. Hopefully it comes soon. Mainly though, the discussion of time management centered around how they can create solutions that reduce the time that is needed to play the game, but also ways that won't make the game feel like you're doing less. It seems like it's an ongoing topic for them and is something they will be trying to keep in mind as they introduce new events, features, and updates to old content. Something I thought was interesting is that they mentioned there's a trade-off in terms of strategy versus time. The more strategic they make something, the more time it will take. Case in point, the history event. The card game takes a bit more time to sit down and think through than an event like the winter event, where you can just click on tiles. It's an obvious connection when you hear it, but I never really thought of it like that before. And it's something they have to consider with each new feature they put into the game. They must also consider the difficulty of features when they introduce them. And I don't mean the difficulty of winning a fight, but rather the difficulty of completing things like the guild expeditions, quantum incursions, or reaching high attrition as a whole, especially with things like the rival challenges. As you've probably noticed, we've gotten a lot of features recently that are hard initially to complete and require you to work towards them to succeed. Take the blue boosts needed for the guild expeditions or the quantum incursions boosts that you might want some more of currently. They started out more scarce and were now at manageable levels to enjoy the features. However, a lot of players have the expectation that when a feature is released, everyone should be able to complete it. This, of course, causes issues with balancing. How do you release a feature that's meant to be a challenge when, if you make it a challenge, players will complain? The devs are aware of this, though, and are actively trying to introduce more challenging components that you'll have to work towards, while also allowing you to still play and compete in the meantime. For example, I asked what their plan is to improve the guild expeditions. How are they going to plan for what boosts players will have in 2, 3, or more years? And, along with the repetitive actions and time management discussion, how will the feature be made manageable if they tack on an extra 5 levels? The answer is that there may not be a total of 10 levels. As for boosts, I'm actually really excited for the solution they are thinking of. To not spoil too much of it, let's just say that there may be a system that rewards you for attempting harder challenges, but still allows players with lower boosts to participate and get rewards too. Over the course of the entire discussion, we also talked quite a bit about the balancing of features in Forge of Empires, especially with power creep. It's clear to me that they want to make the game such that it is better to have specialized cities around a certain booster feature that you want to perform well in, rather than one that is generalized for all features. I think this is a good thing, as it means there could be a bit more variation in the meta for cities, instead of just focusing on more forge points and red attack boosts. I also asked which great buildings they were planning to buff, and they said they didn't want to let me know so that players don't start instantly leveling them. Fair point. However, they did stress that they want to both improve the raw stats of some of the great buildings and introduce unique or special boosts to others. However, not all would be getting buffs. Speaking of special boosts, though, Tobi stressed that you may be getting boosts that are a little unnecessary now, like those for attacking armies in the guild expeditions or defending armies in the guild battlegrounds. But those boosts will have some important uses soon. Therefore, you may want to make sure that you're working towards having some decent stats for all features and all armies. I also asked about their thoughts regarding the finished special production items, and they do realize their potential and are working around them being in-game. Part of that is related to the limited buildings, which can't have these items used on them, and I hope that they're able to find a good balance between buildings that can and cannot be finished. Personally, I think that the limited buildings are a solution, but I hope they can make them a little bit more sustainable than needing to remove and replace them every few weeks. Overall, with power creep, it's clear that they understand it is happening, and that it is probably still going to continue. With that said, I feel more confident now that they actually have an idea of where they want to go with it, and that things will level out, maybe not soon, but at least eventually once a lot of the features and tweaks they are working on make it into the game. Oh, and I'm excited for historical allies. It's an upcoming feature where you can have these historical allies do things. I don't want to give too much away, but I think it could add some interesting depth to a specific component of the game. All in all, two of the core takeaways I had are that 1, the developers are actually human, I can verify that, and 2, they actually care about the game. Oh, and 3, yes, they do actually play the game. I got the sense that they want to make the game the best that it can be, and while they may make mistakes such as the removal of the Silkweaver's Emporium after the history event started, their heart seems to be in the right place. To that point, they also said that they're always reading feedback from the forums, YouTube comments, and across many Discord servers, even if you don't necessarily see them comment directly on it. I'm also glad that they're taking the time to communicate with the community and involve the players in the development of the game through the State of Forge posts and conversations like these, and I'm hoping it will be something that's continued into the future. I also wanted to thank you, my viewers, for watching my content. Having conversations like this would not be possible if you didn't watch my videos or keep me grounded in the various ways you are playing the game. Sincerely, thank you. I hope this was able to give you a bit more of a perspective into what's coming up and where the game's headed. In the meantime, you can head over to my Discord server if you want to discuss any Forge-related things linked in the description. Maybe the developers will read it. And as always, I'll see you all next time.